Everyone is a moon and has a dark side that he never shows to anybody. Hello tarantula lovers, I'm Alex and you're watching Tarantula Haven. Before I get started, I'd like to share with you some pictures that my live stream winners sent to me of their prizes. I meant to share these with you last weekend, but I ended up forgetting. So I'm sharing them with you this weekend. So these are their prizes and I always throw in a little bit extra. I just can't help it. I also mentioned somebody asked me when I would do my next live stream, and I said I would do it if and when I reached 15K. I'm already at 11K, so it's kind of coming quick. So I guess I'm getting ready to do another live stream here real soon if the pattern or the trend continues. So here's to 15K and another live stream. And those of you that won, I hope you enjoy your prizes. Today's video is on a super orange tarantula, the Orphnaecus philippinus. This tarantula gave me fits. It is a beautiful tarantula, but it is fast. How fast?
Cheetah speed, 50, 60 miles per hour if they ever got out in the open.
I did manage to get a couple of decent shots of her just kind of walking around and stuff, but my fault for choosing such a crazy tarantula. Little disclaimer here, no, she was not harmed in any way in the making of this video, but boy did she give me a run for my money. So here it is, I hope you enjoy it. The Orphnaecus philippinus, commonly known as the Philippine Tangerine or the Philippine Orange. This species is endemic to the Philippines, particularly the island of Negros, but it can also be found in other regions of the Philippines as well. Its native temperatures range from 70 degrees up to the 80s, so this species does well at room temperature. They don't get very large, but they are long and lanky, and females can get up to 6 inches in leg span. I tried to find information on lifespan on this species, but try as I may, I could not find anything on any websites. I even checked on Tom Moran's Tom's Big Spiders website, and he did not have anything on lifespan, nor did he have anything on his care video for this particular species. Based on what I know about the lifespans of old world species, I'm going to assume that it's anywhere between 10 to 20 years. I'm sorry, this is just a ballpark figure, but I can't give you anything more specific than that. This species is an obligate burrower, so a deep enclosure with deep substrate is preferable. This is a moisture-dependent species, so great care is necessary to keep the humidity up in the enclosure to keep it happy and make sure it doesn't have any issues with molting. When I water, I moisten half of the enclosure and leave the other side dry, then allow it to dry out but not completely before watering again. I keep mine in small plastic tubs, and I conducted an experiment earlier this year with substrate that I will revisit soon, but I kept one in straight cocoa fiber and the other in a mixture of sphagnum peat, topsoil, vermiculite, and play sand. I found that the cocoa fiber tub developed mold and even yellow mushrooms very quickly, whereas the mixed substrate did not and seems to be holding up better. I live in Florida where humidity is very high, so depending on where you live, your experiences may be different. 4 to 5 inches of substrate is good for an adult specimen. My tubs are already too small for my specimens, so I'll be transferring both to larger tubs and using mixed substrate for both now that I've seen the results of my experiment. You won't need much decoration for this species because it's an amazing webber, choosing to lay down a web mat all around the enclosure and making a funnel down to its burrow where it will retreat for safety. Although it is a burrower, this species can often be seen out on display, preferring to sit on its web mat not too far from the burrow in case it feels threatened, or if it catches prey, it will drag it down to the burrow to eat in privacy. One of the things that attracted me to this species was its beautiful orange coloration. Slings start out brown, mine turned slightly purplish at about 4th or 5th instar. After that, they began to develop the orange coloration until they became that beautiful, striking orange. As they approach a molt, they will dull down to a rusty brown color. Another thing that I loved about this species is its unique smooth appearance. I always joke that I want to touch their abdomens because of how soft and velvety they look. The O. philippinus is an old world species and therefore possesses potent venom. They're very skittish and extremely fast. When I last rehoused them, I had to chase one down 3 times because it kept bolting out of the enclosure. Even while recording this video, I had to stay on my toes because she kept wanting to bolt off the table. They'll prefer to run when threatened, but will quickly turn and put up a threat posture and strike if they're cornered. As far as my experience with this species, I've found them to be very easy to keep and quite enjoyable for a fossorial because I see them out all the time. However, being super fast and defensive coupled with their humidity requirements, I would not recommend them for beginners. If you're in the market for one, I do know that Fear Not Tarantulas has just produced an egg sac and I'm sure they'll be for sale very soon. There it is, the Orphnaecus philippinus. Such a beautiful tarantula, and congratulations to Fear Not Tarantulas for producing an egg sac of that species. I have 2 females and I would love to find a male so I can produce one of my own. Come to think of it, I kind of look like an Orphnaecus philippinus in this orange light. Before I go, I'd like to give a huge thank you to my Patreon supporters, and I want to correct the mistake that I made last weekend. I misspelled Cindy Ward's name. I spelled it with a Y instead of an I. I don't know why I did that. I guess I'm getting crazy in my old age. So it should be Cindy Ward with an I. Also, thank you to Angela Hall, and thank you to my new Patreon supporters, Carol Ward and Caro Kennick. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Thank you so much for your support. It is really appreciated. And that does it for me today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a like. If you want to see more, subscribe. If you want to support this channel, I have a Teespring store where I sell Tarantula Haven merchandise. And speaking of Tarantula Haven merchandise, this shirt that I'm wearing is a shirt featuring Natasha. I love her so much that she's the tarantula I did last week. And I figured, hey, I might as well immortalize her and put out a shirt that has her, that features her on it. So this is my brand new Natasha shirt. I had to order one for myself. There is also a Meg Mucklebones shirt in there and hoodies and all kinds of stuff. So if you're interested in that, it is in the Teespring store. I also have a Patreon page where you can unlock exclusive content, giveaways, and more. Any contribution is definitely welcome and appreciated. And that is it. Until next time, keep loving them tarantulas.